I'm Reid Phillips. I'm the technical manager for PRRS at Boehringer Ingelheim. Kind of where we've been the last 20 years relative to PRRS control. So it's been a long challenge, but I think we've made significant progress. And in an effort to summarize that, I would suggest that the industry in a collaborative fashion has done a lot to learn how to use the tools in a complementary fashion for PRRS control. And when we talk about the tools, I think we have to go back and maybe briefly summarize some of the things that we've learned about PRRS. And I credit the industry in a collaborative fashion. Researchers and independent researchers from universities have done a lot to address and ask and answer the right questions relative to the epidemiology, understanding the virus from an epidemiologic standpoint, understanding the transmission routes of the virus, and when those are understood, we can put together science-based protocols for biosecurity programs to mitigate and minimize transmission risks. I think we've learned a lot about immunity and the role that immunity plays, both for breeding herd stabilization and protection of growing pigs for PRRS. When you sum that up, I think it's understanding what we've learned specific to PRRS and applying these tools in a systematic process for PRRS control. And it's just not one thing. I think it's biosecurity, it's immunity management, all the tools, the complementary components and tools that relative to those two things. And I think we've learned to apply those tools with the overall objective to minimize transmission and maximize population immunity in PRRS positive populations. When we do that, I think there are two things that have been measurable results. We have a direct benefit measured in improved health. There's a health impact that consequently affects performance, improves performance, and that's what veterinarians and producers want. They want a return on that investment being the application of these tools in a systematic process. More recently, the other thing I think we've been able to measure is what we call an indirect benefit. Again, applying these tools in a systematic process, we see a reduction in the transmission of virus within and between populations. That's huge, okay, the indirect benefit. So these are the two things that I think, as we progress the last 20 years, we're in the middle of 2014, I think that we're being able to measure, and results that we're being able to see and measure relative to PRRS control. It's just a systematic approach, a systematic process of applying these tools, in a farm and flow, within a system, and even an area region. I think it's the same tools, the same processes, farm, flow, system, region, and these should be expected results that we can see when done appropriately.
This video is brought to you by Farms.com.